Hey out there, this is Buzz with the Survival Buzz. So I'm actually going on a night hike here out by the lake, which, thinking about this is kind of crazy. I didn't let anybody know where I was going, so hopefully this video makes it to YouTube and I make it home. But yeah, my brother Mad Shad went on a hike the other day, watched his video. I think it was yesterday actually, and I am craving the outdoors now. So it is what it is. Worked all day long. Figured I'd come out here at night, take you guys along as I can. My phone is I think I had started with like 37%, so we'll see how long that lasts, and hopefully nothing too crazy happens. It is dark out here. I don't have anything to hold my phone, so it is what it is. But I figured I'd take you guys along, a little hike, walk and talk, maybe see some crazy stuff out here. I don't know. And there is water running, if you can hear that, right up on the lake. Actually been here before, but I've never really ventured out, man. Just kind of parked the car and looked at the scenery during the day, of course. So this ought to be quite the adventure for you and me both. And it is deer season, so I have a headlamp on. Hopefully nobody mistakes me for a deer. I don't see how, but hopefully I don't run into any crazy critters. I'm not in bear country. It's good. But there are coyotes and stuff out here. So I'm gonna get a look at this over here. I don't have to lose my phone. And that's actually the sound of the wind roaring through this tunnel. Not quite sure what this whole water thing does, but it's right up on the lake, so it's probably some kind of drainage. Let's venture off the trail a bit. It reeks like fish out here. Man, that was noisy. It's quiet over here. Hiking uphill. Ugh. Just lamp a little bit. Alright. Man, it's still warm out here. And I live in northeast Oklahoma. It's still pretty warm out, but it is windy. There is a chill in the air, so just wearing a flannel, so hopefully that's enough. Like I said, I didn't tell anybody where I was going. My wife is actually at a hockey game with her sister, so didn't even tell her where I was at. Real smart, huh? Hope I don't fall and break my ankle or something. But man, like I said, since I watched Shad's video, I am craving the outdoors, man. I gotta watch my step here. Oh, it stinks. I'm on the other side now. It was noisy. You can tell how windy it is blowing through that tunnel there. And I think this is supposed to be some type of park or something, man, but I am in the middle of nowhere. You can see that. Nothing. Not even any houses out here, really. It's like the Corps of Engineers out here, so man, I really have a lot to talk about. Yeah, chit chat a little bit out here, but I've seen a lot of people making videos lately of the whole Epstein Island thing, you know. And, yeah, Steve. They're supposed to be releasing the files finally, right? After, hell, I lost track how many years it's been. And people on both sides are all losing their marbles, man. Like, you know, the Republicans and even Trump coming out saying, oh, it's the Democrats, all the crazy, evil Democrats, right? And the Democrats pretty much spout off the same thing about Republicans. And, well, it really pisses me off, man. Honestly, I'm sick to death of it all. This whole political blue and red, left and right, conservative, liberal nonsense. You know, I gotta really pay attention here. I'm like walking on boulders here, so hopefully I'm not walking up on something's den or anything. Ugh. But yeah, it's a hot topic right now, and I feel like a lot of people are making videos about it, probably just honestly just to get clicks or something. But I mean, you know, people got stuff to say about it too. I'm not knocking anybody for it. Hell, I'm on here talking about it, so. But it's kind of a walk and talk. It's not necessarily the subject of the evening. It's just something that's kind of on my mind. And well, this I would say this administration, but really just politics in general was like really just trying to screw with us, man. Like divide the people, you know. The old never-ending strategy, divide and conquer, right? How can we fight the people we're really supposed to be fighting? Like, and I don't necessarily mean in the physical sense, but probably eventually in the physical sense, fighting the government here and everywhere else, really. And I hope this headlamp works. I couldn't find my other one, so I had one still in the package and opened it, so we'll see how charged it is. I got a little crank flashlight. It does go out, so I'll have to rely on that. But anyways, the whole divide and conquer thing, and people are still ignorant, it seems, to well, to their ways of doing all that. They're still stuck in this left-right paradigm of, well, I'm on the red side and they're going to help me out, and they're, you know, things are going to be better, and they're going to come out with these files, right? And the other side's doing it too, you know. I'm not saying one side's better than the other. Honestly, in my humble opinion, it's two wings of the same evil-ass bird. But people are still falling for it, have been for centuries, and still continues. But along with that, it drives me mad that people actually think that they're coming out with shit now, you know, like they're going to release it, and we're finally going to get to the heart of this matter and know who's the pederasses and touching children and trafficking children, and it's all just nonsense, man. You know, and the Trump administration coming out saying, you know, it's all those evil Democrats, and at the same time, you know, it's like they're like a mouse or something in there, man. At the same time, they're saying, you know, well, we're going to release everything we can, but what certain things we can't, because, well, that would just compromise intelligence, right? That would compromise certain entities, government figures and things, as well as, you know, some of the obvious criminals. I mean, like the Clintons and stuff that are, that are being looked into right now, which that's a whole nother thing, you know, the fact that we can't, if we're pursuing them and doing an investigation on certain people, then it's almost like they're null and void. Look at that, we've gone a long way already. But if we're investigating them, I guess apparently we can't come out with certain names because they're being investigated. Just how coincidental that the government, the longest government shutdown in modern history, and just opened back up, and people are pursuing these Epstein files, and well, at the same time we're going to do investigations on people. That way we don't have to release certain information, that piddly ass information that's not important, right? I'm sure it's nothing important. And all the while people are cheering and eating this shit up, that we're finally going to get to the bottom of this crap, and that thank God, we're finally releasing all this stuff for the public to see. And well, it only took several years, but well, we're doing it now, and I don't know when, but I seem to remember that Trump's spouting off several times in interviews that it's boring. It's boring material. It's nothing we should concern ourselves with, and then there was that whole, that we've released everything that there is to release, that we can release legally. That doesn't include child what videos and stuff. And now all of a sudden there's more. Oh, but wait, there's more. There's more now that apparently now they're going to release. And I'm sure Trump's not in any of it, right? Man, there's some tall weeds out here and drop-offs. Yeah, I'm sure our great orange president isn't in any of that shit. And boy, I can't wait for the comments on this shit. But they're all crooks. All of them. They're all child predators in some way, shape, or fashion, whether that means that they actually were involved in it or helped people get away with it. There's some kind of road there. Huh. You guys can't really see anything here. Let me see what else my lamp will do here. Oh, that's not it. There we go. A little bit better. You can see my shadow and stuff. Sorry about that. So yeah, all the while, whether they're actually involved in it and doing the diddly with these kids or helping them or whatever, all these assholes are involved. Every single one of them. And I honestly feel like the sooner that people realize this shit, and the sooner that people realize it's all bread and circuses, man. Let them eat cake, right? Give them a taste of a little file here and there, and let them think that they're finding some shit out. And all the while, they're all involved, doing it or otherwise, and they're all sick bastards involved in all kinds of dark shit, magic and everything else. And you can make fun of me on here all you want. You can comment and say I'm full of it, but magic is real. Dark magic is real. It's in every aspect of our lives. Oh, I made it to the road. We are consumed with it as a nation, as a world, really. We're all just chomping at the bit to see the next great tabloid come out, and that will spill the dirt on everybody. And all the while, they're all involved, every single one of them. It's part of our politics, the music industry. You know, you had Diddy doing the diddler, and every other sick bastard that's at the top of the charts for the most part. Hell, I don't know, but if you dive deep into anybody that's at the top of the charts typically, whether that be Hollywood movies or music or whatever, you know, if you dig enough, which doesn't take much, you know, knowledge will increase in the end days, right? Everything's at your fingertips. You can look into everything if you really so desire, but why not have E or Fox News or CNN or whatever tell you what the fuck to believe? Sorry about my language. I'm just really tired of it, man. And it amazes me, the people that still believe this crap. I have no clue where I am at. Good thing I have a good sense of direction. This may be my last video that nobody ever sees. But anyway, all the while people falling for this shit, eating it up, man. And it's sickening and it's disheartening, you know, because as boring as it is, as Trump says, now all of a sudden it's, you know, imperative that we come out with it so we can win out all the Democrat criminals, you know, pedos. It's just nonsense, man. It's nonsense. And everybody's believing this stuff, and it drives me mad, dude. And you know, I've really changed as a human being since I even started this YouTube channel. I'm a completely different person, honestly, and God's always been there with me. And man, I hope you guys can hear this. It is windy as hell. Maybe I ought to get out of the wind here. But God's always been with me, but I didn't really start to get to know him, honestly. I'm not even gonna lie, till this year. And something's always been pushing me in his direction, really. And you know, I've known politics are fake for a long time, man, years. And the first time around when Trump was our supreme leader, I actually fell for it for a little while. And then I snapped out of it and came to my senses and realized that, yeah, he's just as much involved as everybody else in the crookedness and nonsense. Man, it sounds like a car driving out here. Probably get rode up on by the game warden or something. There's probably poachers out here and shit. Deer all over the place. But anyway, you know, I know God was with me the whole time, but I refused to listen, man. I was so ignorant. And I was an alcoholic for, well, a good part of a decade, probably. And before that, it was hard drugs. I guess you could call this a bit of a testimony. And I've touched a little on this stuff in the past, but I've done the hard drugs, man, just about everything you can imagine. Never did heroin, but I've tried everything probably at some point in my life. I was strung out on meth for a couple years, which can't believe I ever did that shit. I grew up with a mother that was an alcoholic and doing meth, and pretty sure still does. She lives on my property in her own little building, and we don't have a great relationship. I don't know why I'm telling YouTube this, but I was following in her footsteps, man, there for a while. As much as I hated the meth and all that crap that I was put through when I was a kid. Went through a bad breakup in my late 20s. I was into boxing and stuff then, working out 6-7 days a week, and some working real early in the morning and tired all the time, couldn't stay up on my night off. So a friend of mine was involved in that shit, and I thought, why not? I'll try it. If it I'm gonna take a little break here for a second. Figure, why not? I'll try it if it helps me stay awake. Went through a breakup at the same time. Next thing you know, I'm hooked on the shit. A few years went by. I'm a horrible person at this point. Not a good friend, not a good family member, none of that shit. And then I heard I was going to have a daughter, and it completely changed my life. I honestly, everybody talks, and I don't know how I lost my way again, but everybody talks about having a coming to Jesus moment, and man, I did. I was doing some really bad stuff, meth and Ouija boards and all kinds of horrible crap, and shortly after I found out I was having a daughter, I had quite the supernatural experience. I had my coming to Jesus moment, and well, I seen some really crazy shit, and I'm not going to go into that here, but then I had, after all of that, after all the evil nonsense that I physically seen, like for real, I wasn't even on strung out or nothing at the moment, but what was I talking about? There's a car over there, got sidetracked. But even after that supernatural experience, and I had a coming to Jesus moment, I found out I was having a daughter, and God told me to quit all that nonsense, and I did, man. I did. I had one little relapse a couple days later, and then that was it, man. I was done with all the heavy stuff like that. But I continued smoking weed and drinking and all that crap. And I wasn't a good person, And I'm not perfect by no means, but I realized it was time to change, man. It was time to change something. And wasn't but about 4 or 5 months ago I quit drinking. Even I quit drinking altogether. And best thing that ever happened to me, man. And quit smoking weed. And just recently, like not even a week ago, or I guess a week ago now, I quit vaping and smoking cigarettes and stuff too. So, and don't get me wrong, I'm not saying I'm better than anybody, and I'm not trying to knock anybody if that's your thing or whatever, to each their own, and you'll find your own path, It's just the one I went down. Just better start heading back. You get too far out, there's cars driving off in the distance. So, yeah, I quit all that, and let me tell you, man, you get completely squeaky clean sober, and God talks to you like no other. He really does. He points you in the right direction most of the time. He goes quiet every once in a while for me, but most of the time he subtly tells me what I should be doing and not doing. And my life's not perfect, but I feel like I'm at a little more peace. But my wife asked me last night, she wanted a hug and asked me if I was okay. She knows we're okay, and honestly, since I've been growing in my faith, she has too. She grew up in it, I didn't, but she's really into it now, man. Listens to nothing but Christian music, and I do too for the most part, man. Come to find out, there's some really killer, like, heavy metal Christian music. They call it like light metal. So it's like a whole new genre for me. And but she asked me last night, gave me a hug, and said, "Are you okay?" And I said, "Yeah." why, you know? And she just said I look really lost the last few days. And then I just started coming out with stuff, man, that and I'm wearing the world on my shoulders right now, and it's like, so I'm supposed to get clean, and I got clean, and then quit vaping, quit listening to all the nonsense music, and I'm sorry, I went completely dark because there's like a car out there. You know, cleaning up my life, basically, and I just, everything else is amplified, man, and I know we're in end times. I just feel it, man. It's like a war drum beating, and I don't know how much longer we have, you know, and maybe that God pointed me in this direction simply because he knows that time, you know, and I mean, maybe he was pointing me in the right direction the whole time, and I just didn't realize it, and I was blind and ignorant. But I don't know what that is, some kind of electrical thing or something over there. There's a car parked over there now, so. But yeah, I'm just wearing the world on my shoulders, man. It's like I've done all these things. I've cleaned my life up, done everything I'm supposed to, and now it's like I'm just waiting, and it's like, what now? What do I do? You know? Now, I don't even watch like doomer videos and stuff anymore. I just read the Word, read the good book, the Bible, pray to God more than I've ever prayed to God in my entire life. Probably in the last several weeks, I've prayed doing more than I have in my entire life altogether. And well, it's quiet now. He's not really speaking to me at the moment, but at the same time, I can't turn back, man. And it's just odd for me. I'm a lifelong addict, you know. I've always been doing some kind of drugs or drinking or something since I was a teenager. You know, I moved out when I was 17 and got with some bad people, and just that's been the life I've lived for a really long time. So I don't know where I'm going with this video. I guess I'm just saying, you know, times are getting bad, people, and the time for you to change your life and be a better person, live a clean life is probably now. If any time, it's probably now, because, well, there's just so much evil in the world, and there's so much division in the left and right paradigm that everybody just keeps falling for, hook, line, and sinker. And like I said, the Epstein thing, it's like people think that all this information is going to come out now, and we're going to save America and make America great again. And it's all bullshit, people. It's all BS. It's not real. It's fiction. It's theater. Bread and circuses. So that's all I got for you guys. I'm going to try to trek back to the truck, stay on the lowdown, because there's some car parked over here. I don't know who they are. Thank God I've got my 357 on my side, so didn't bring much else but that and a flannel. But I love you guys. God bless you and your families, and I'll catch you guys on the flip side. Later.